This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Did anybody attempt to make any moves based off of yesterday's videos? Yesterday's video? Let me ask, is there anybody that's actively trading cryptocurrency in here? Or is it everybody pretty much a beginner?
I've
I'm a
invested.
beginner.
I'm a beginner, but I've invested. I started using crypto.com. Actually, it was pretty easy to buy and do everything because I was still in the beginning, trying to understand everything, the difference between the centralized markets and the decentralized markets. But I've been, doing my homework on YouTube. I've been reading. I got a couple of books I bought, The Age of Cryptocurrency and Crypto Assets. And pretty much I've read the Crypto Assets. I'm working on creating The Age of Cryptocurrency, which is more like an overview.
Right. Now with crypto.com, I want you to understand on there, you're just doing the purchasing process. It's not the actual trading. So I don't want anybody to get misconstrued. Anybody trade on any active exchange markets?
Yeah, I got that Trust Wallet.
All right, once again, not really trading on the Trust Wallet. You can swap, but not really trading on the order book. So when
I got the KuCoin too.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say something like KuCoin. Definitely something like KuCoin. Have you attempted to use it yet?
I use KuCoin also.
Yeah, I bought
No, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I picked up two currencies.
I can you say you picked up two currencies on KuCoin?
But I hadn't done it a lot. I just did it off what you taught us, briefly.
Got you.
I bought the Cleaver token on KuCoin. I bought the Cleaver token
off of there.
Okay, well, somebody said they bought the Clever token from KuCoin.
Yeah, the same guy that said crypto.com. This is Vernon. I bought the Clever token on KuCoin, and it was the first purchase that I made when I transferred my money from Cash App to the KuCoin. KuCoin is one of the first purchases, and I really didn't understand I didn't fully understand what I had done because I didn't understand trading pairs at that time, but now I do thoroughly. You follow? So what I had done is I took my Bitcoin, matched it up with USD, bought the USD, then purchased the Cleaver token with another trading pair. Because that's what I had to do. Huh?
Now you could have just traded it directly with BTC, right?
Oh, I could have matched it with BTC and Clever. There's a pair for that. Okay.
Are y'all looking at my screen right now? Are you on the phone, brother, or are you on the laptop? Can you see? Or are you just listening in?
I'm on the phone right now. I'm gonna pull up on the laptop too, so I can do both. Hold up.
I can see your screen though, bro.
Yeah, that way you can look, because they do have the Clever versus BTC pair as well on KuCoin, which is actually performing a lot better than Clever versus USD. If you can see the big difference in between the two charts. That's one reason why, over the last couple of hours, I've been looking at a lot of BTC pairs versus the USD pairs, because the BTC pairs are a lot more bullish than the USD pairs are, because they're selling off versus USD. But as they're selling off, what you want to understand is that as these assets are denominated against Bitcoin, if one is performing better than Bitcoin or not losing as much as Bitcoin, then it versus Bitcoin, it's gaining, right?
Okay.
So you want to understand when you're trading against these other pairs, BTC, ETH, if you find a platform that lets you trade against Litecoin, Doge, maybe Ripple, Tron, you're going to be accumulating those assets. Now, what you got to understand, and not to psych yourself out with, is that you can still lose money. And what I mean by that is your USD value can still depreciate, but the main thing is you're gaining more BTC, ETH, Tron, or whatever the underlying currency it is that you're acquiring or that you're trading against, right? So you only use this method if you're trying to acquire more cryptocurrency and not worry about the dollar value. You follow what I'm saying?
Okay, got you. So
Go ahead.
the trading pairs really do matter. In other words.
Oh, definitely. I mean, because you could be losing in one and making in the other. Or, so peep this: if you don't fully understand the trading pair, you can appear to be gaining in one and losing in the other. And what do I mean by that? Let's say you're trading, I don't know, we'll just say gold versus Bitcoin, just as an example, right? And at the time, let's just say gold, or let's say you bought 1 ounce of gold, and at the time, 1 ounce of gold, we'll just say is, what's gold, 18? We'll say it's just 0.5, just for example, it's 0.5 BTC. Now at the time, we'll say BTC is, we'll say $30,000, right? Now, the gold denominated against BTC, right? The value of it versus BTC can go down, meaning that gold can outpace Bitcoin, meaning that if you were to trade it against gold, you would lose Bitcoin, right? But if the value of Bitcoin goes up, then the value of the Satoshis to which you're trading against the gold can go up. So if you're looking at it from the dollar value, you may see a price hike in dollar value. But let's say that gold went from 0.5 down to 0.48, right? At the same time, the value of the Bitcoin is going up. So as you're looking at the dollar value, is going higher. But if you pay attention to the Satoshi value, you're actually getting less Satoshi if you was to make a trade. And just to show you an example of that, right? Just to show you an example of that. If y'all can't, man, I just killed my ear. So let me mute y'all. My ear. Thank you. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if we look at, as an example, let's look at Ethereum. See if we got a difference. Okay, ADA. And I'm gonna show you what I'm looking for when I find it. ADA maybe. Not changing. There we go. BNB. Maybe up. Theta. Okay, so here goes an example, right? Small example, but example nonetheless. When we look at the value of Theta versus USD, right here, you're down 1.5%. But if you look at it versus Bitcoin, you're up 0.5%. So you're up in BTC value, but you're down in USD value. Now let's flip it around. Let's say you're trading Theta versus BTC, but you don't know how to read the denomination of BTC to know if you're up or down. You're just paying attention to the dollar amount. Let's reverse the roles and say that you were up 0.5 in USD, but down 1.5 in BTC. If you, let's say you went in at, I don't know, 8, let me see, up 0.5, let's just say 885 or something to that effect. And right now you're looking at the price, you're like, man, it's up to 890, that means I'm in profit, right? If you were to take that profit, you'd be selling it for less Bitcoin.
You're fading in and out, man.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What I was saying was that if you were to make that sale at that specific time when USD is up 0.5, but BTC is down 1.5, then you're going to take a loss in the BTC amount, even though it's going to you're going to be up in USD amount, but you're losing Bitcoin during the process. So if you do that enough, right, keep thinking that you're going up in USD, but you're trading against Bitcoin, what you're doing in the long haul is losing Bitcoin over an amount of time, all right? That's the end result. You're losing Bitcoin. So you want to pay attention to the pairs that you're trading against and know the difference of them. So if we look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin here, and then look at Ethereum, let's look at Ethereum versus USD and see what the difference is. So you see that difference? We're on the lows here on Ethereum versus USD, but ETH versus BTC is still bullish. Hold on, family. Yeah. Hopefully y'all can't hear the kids in the back. Listen to the TV. I was trying to turn it down. I lost the remote. Y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yes.
you, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Where was I? We were going back over to BTC. So on BTC, you're almost back up to your previous highs, right? So now where is the benefit of this, right? If you look at the value of BTC going down, but you're able to accumulate it, you're initially buying Bitcoin on a dip. You understand? Because what you're doing is using your current amount of Bitcoin and accumulating more without having to come out of pocket. Do y'all follow that?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that last thing you said?
So what you're doing when you trade Bitcoin versus an asset pair, right? You're basically getting more Bitcoin without coming out of pocket. So if I start with, let's just use this as an example, right? From the lows right here, what was this, May 21st? Let's see, we're up about 25%, right? So let's just say we would have came over there with, in fact, let's do a comparison. What is this? This is May 21st. Let's look at ETH USD. This is May 21st. What are we up right now? Okay, so you're only up 16% in dollar amounts. Okay, so let's do the difference then. Looking at a difference between 16 and 25%, number one. But as an example, let's just say we would have went in with half a Bitcoin, right? And we would have took that trade. What would that be? Plus 20, was it 20, 25%, I believe. Right now, you'd be at 0.625 BTC, right? So you went from $16,471 to, let me see, what is that? That's 16,471. It's 20,589. Now, if we, what was it, 16,471, 16,471. Let's see what the difference is. That brought us to 20,000 plus 16%. Okay, so yeah, you make about maybe $2,000 more on the Bitcoin trade. Do y'all see it? So what I did, right? I looked at the difference between the percentage gains on USD and Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, the percentage gain was 25%. With USD, was only 16%. So I did the difference of what if I would have had $16,471 and took the Ethereum trade, I would have only came back with $19,106. But if I would have took the Bitcoin trade on the exact same day, what was that, 0.625? I would have walked away with $20,589, right? Let me see, what was that? 2589, 19,106. So let's do 19,106, 2585. 5, take 19,106. So about a $1,480 difference, about a $1,500 difference in those two trades. Now that can add up over an amount of time. Well, that's already adding up. 1,400 ain't turn a blind eye to. But do y'all see the difference and the advantage of trading one versus the other? Just in dollar amounts. I'm really not focused on the dollar amounts, but do you see at least the dollar amount difference in trading one versus the other?
Yeah.
But the main thing is that you're able to get that Bitcoin for free. You know what I mean? So instead of you coming, because a lot of people come to the market and their thing is, okay, let me find an altcoin to trade, or let me find something to trade to the upside so I can make money, so I can go buy more Bitcoin. If your goal is to be, accumulate Bitcoin over the next couple of years, you know what I mean? Everybody's not looking at it for the Bitcoin roll. Some people only want the USD. But if you're long on Bitcoin, then what would be better than finding a way to acquire more Bitcoin? You get what I mean? So as we look at a possible turnaround in the market versus USD, it's looking like that may be positive for BTC. So what I've done is stabilized a lot of my money, meaning I put it into stable coins out of the underlying assets. And what I've done is take a loan out and started trading BTC pairs. That way, while the market drops, I'm able just to accumulate Bitcoin and or Ethereum if I so choose. Let me see. Let's look at ADA versus ETH.
So in the pairing, the first set of this first letters before the slash, that's the one that you're trying to accumulate more of. That's
No. That yeah. It is no, because you're trading it versus ETH. So you're trading ADA versus Ethereum. Ethereum is a trading pair. So at the end, you're going to cash out in Ethereum.
Oh.
Just like if we look at BTC versus USD, right? You're trading Bitcoin versus USD. So when you win on this, what? You win money or either you lose money. So if I'm looking at ETH versus Ethereum, I'm either going to win or lose Ethereum.
Okay.
Remember, the trading pair is the one that you're betting to either accumulate or lose. But this is what you're trading against. So this is my underlying currency pair. This is the asset. This is the currency pair. Asset on the left. So this would be gold. This would be USD. This would be silver. This would be USD. Or this would be gold. This would be Ethereum. Or this would be silver. This would be Ethereum. So my goal is to acquire. I'm using that asset, right? That's appreciating against the underlying asset. Because remember, in order for you to win more Ethereum, you have to appreciate against Ethereum and be worth more.
Oh, so ADA has to outperform Ethereum.
Yes. Yep. Anytime you're doing a trading pair, the one asset has to outperform the other. So that's why I tell people that when you're holding US dollars, you're short every other asset on the planet. Like if all you have is money, that means you're short gold, silver, real estate, stocks, bonds, cryptocurrency, because you're expecting the US dollar to appreciate over everything else in the world.
And that ain't happening.
Y'all get that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Remember that when you hold dollars, you're long US dollar versus everything else. Let's take a look at the US dollar real quick. Take a look at Dixie. Yeah, not the picture of health and fitness at all. Not the picture of health and fitness. So we see what the dollar is doing. We see what crypto is doing though. So what I want to focus on today is more so these Bitcoin pairs and give y'all an option to possibly, go forward and make a move. And it doesn't have to be anything big. You can put $100 worth of Bitcoin. What was I just looking at? Was that ADA or even with Ethereum, right? If we look at ADA versus ETH, since just the 21st up until now, you're up 54%. That means if you'd have came in with one ETH right now, you got 1.54 ETH, which is a little more than half of Ethereum. Right? Now, when you get into possibly using leverage, right? So let's go to the KuCoin. Let's look at our market and look at our Ethereum market real quick. Let's see what type of leverage, if they have it over here, because now you're able to multiply the amount of Ethereum or not Ethereum, you're able to multiply the amount of the underlying asset you're trading with against Ethereum, thus gaining more Ethereum. Meaning if they say that we got ADA versus ETH on a 2x, that means I can come in with 2 times the amount of ADA and trade it versus Ethereum and make 2 times the amount of money. So let's go to our alts. Let's see support margin trading. Actually, they don't have a lot. You got XRP, Atom, Tron, Litecoin, EOS, BSV. The only ones I'd probably be interested in is the first 4. Well, EOS ain't too bad. Let's take a look at XRP just to begin with. See if we can get an assessment on it. So what we want is XRP. Let's see. So far, let me see what type of rally we've had on XRP versus Bitcoin. Just from the close, yeah, up only about 14%. That's serious. For the beginners, what's the best option to open a wallet? Desktop wallet, hardware wallet. Just for beginners, I would say Trust Wallet on a mobile device, just to get things started. And if you want a desktop, use MetaMask. Somebody asked in the chat. Let me get my fib real quick.
Do you do much staking?
You say what?
Do you do any staking?
Yeah, I've been staking for 4 years.
What platform do you feel is best to stake on?
There is no platform that's best to stake in because every single cryptocurrency damn near stake on a different platform. I mean, you can find like maybe projects that allow you to stake more than one asset on it, but for the most part, every project has their own staking platform. So it's about what project you want to go with. Not so much what's the best stake.
I was looking at Aave, so I wanted to do a little bit more reading before I started doing it.
All right, I want you to understand. Okay, you looking at Aave the project or Aave the platform as far as all the assets that are on there?
Well, I just started looking into it. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, that's why I was asking. I needed to know exactly where to start looking at when it came down to staking. So I was just gonna start doing some reading.
What I want you to understand with these platforms right here, where like they got the interest rates, this ain't staking. This is liquidity provided. If you want to look at where to stake at, you can use stakingrewards.com.
Mm-hmm. So the liquidity provider is basically lending your money out for other people to take out like loans and stuff to borrow.
Yep. Or trade against. Yep. So
the liquidity pool will give you more percentage back than staking.
Not necessarily. Everything's there. Look, what I don't want y'all to come into this space doing is looking for the best anything, because there's no such thing as the best. There is no best exchange. There is no best wallet. There is no best crypto. There is no best staking. There is no best yield farming. Everything has a purpose in this space. Everything got different interest rates, different payouts, different yields. Everything is different. You just got to figure out which way you want to go, but it's going to be 10 different ways that you're going. So there's no one way to do anything over here. So if you're coming over here looking for this, it's too much of. It's like saying I'm gonna build this car with one tool. It's like you can't use one tool. Same thing in the crypto. Okay. There's no one project you're gonna be able to use to do like everything in this space. You know what I mean? When we look at some of the staking rewards, let's see. Let me pull these high to low. Damn. Well, Kosh got 2,761% rewards. Yeah, Kosh. I dropped this shit like last year. Let me see. It might be on the main net. Let me check.
So those rewards they generate. So when I put money into the pool, I remember you saying before that when you put money into there, it hit ASAP, and then it started generating.
You start getting paid out instantly. Yep. Someone asked about flash loans. Is that something you practice? No, because you got to be real good with the arbitrage, and I don't have time to be looking at the difference between prices on different exchanges. That's something for like super mathematicians to get into the flash loans. That's not. I don't have time to do it. What do you think about PunDX after the conversion of the token? Hey, I missed it. I think you said, what do I think about the new Pundi X? I'm long on the Pundi X project. I've been long on them for like 3 years now. So just because they got a real work, a real use case in the world. Let's see. Run a validator node. Damn, you get 3,000% running a validator node though.
Have you ever used a yield aggregator to kind of find the best yields available, or?
Yeah, that's like Curve. That's just like using Curve Finance. That's all. You don't you find the best yields. The project it automatically through the use of the smart contract just yields the best interest rates out of maybe 5 or 6 different projects.
All right, that's right. Okay.
In fact, I was gonna post Curve on my page. I just ain't get to it yet, just to show people like if we go through this bear market, Curve may be a good project to take a look at because of their interest rates on their stable coins.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had just put a little bit of money into the Curve yesterday after the Discord.
Yeah, they got some real get off of that. Their rewards is nice too. Like the base APY is cool, but they reward APY if it pops up. I don't know why my computer moves, but we'll come back to it though. We'll come back to it. Let's get back over here to XRP real quick. All right, so number one, you got rejected. Let me open this up. So what I'm using is a Fibonacci retracement tool. What Fibonacci does is it measures the retracements or how far you rubber banded back to where you left from using the Fibonacci code. So these are just percentages. It's 23%, 38%, 50%, 61, 78, and then 100%. So what does this represent? Let me get rid of these wicks real quick so it doesn't look all messy. There we go. There we go. All right, so what this represents is if I'm pulling this from a high to a low, I'm trying to see how far back up we can go, right? So if I'm going back up, that means I'm starting at 0 and going back to 0.1 where I came from. So if this is the house, I came down here. If I'm going back to the house, at this point, I'm 23.6% of the way back to the house. At this point, I'm 38.2% of the way back to the house. At this point, I'm 50% on the way back to the crib, 61.8% of the way back to the crib, 78.6% of the way back to the crib, and now I'm right back to the crib where I came from. So now you're back to your all-time high.
Could you pull that Fibonacci tool real quick? Show us how you pulled that.
Yeah. So high to low, if you're looking to see how high it can go. Now on the flip side, right? Let's say if we're trying to see how low it can go, right? So let's say if we want to see how low this is going or how low it could possibly go, then you want to do the opposite. You want to find your swing low and pull it to your swing high. So you could say this right here would be your swing low. This would be your swing high. We turn the wicks back on. We probably came down to the 50. Let me turn these back on just to see what we bounced off of. So really the 382, you broke below it, but 382 bounced from there. Now you're finding support from the 236. So now on the swing low side, this is positive. We broke down to the 382. And when you're using this tool, right, I want you to understand. Well, let me bring the definitions up. That way I can just make sure it's definitions. Just telling y'all everything and not just my opinion. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Normal Fibonacci retracement levels. Here we go. Okay, so the Fibonacci retracement levels are 236, 382, and 618 and 786. While not officially a Fibonacci ratio, 50% is also used. But where do they say the most used ones? Okay, the most common Fibonacci ratios are 382 and the 618, meaning the 50 is in between there. So what does that mean? That means when you're using this tool, your normal level of retracement, meaning if we're going from low to high, the normal levels that we usually drop back down, let me get a marker, before coming back up is, there we go, is usually, why is it not, hold on. Okay, all right. It wasn't working just a minute ago. All right, so Let's see. There you go. They usually come down to the 382, 50, or the 618, right? And this is where you usually see your reversal levels. You usually turn around at these levels. Now, what they call the golden ratio, which you may hear sometimes, as far as the golden ratio goes. Hold on real quick, family. Let's see. I apologize for that. So now, what you may hear people say sometimes is the golden ratio. What is the golden ratio? Where is my box at? Oh, okay. This is your golden ratio right here. In between this area. This is where you usually look for buys at on a pullback, or this is where you usually look for sales at on a run up. So if we look at what we were looking at previous, if we get off the weekly, right? Get rid of that. Let's go back down to our daily. And let's do our swing high to our swing low. Y'all hear me? Am I coming through clear?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah,
you
I
now.
hear you.
So if we look at our swing high and our swing low, then what are we looking to happen? Somebody tell me, what are we looking to happen?
Looking for it to retrace back up.
Between
Or
what
we're
and
looking
what?
for, are we looking for
I would say at least the 50 to the 61.8.
Always from the 382 to the 618.
What's that 38? Okay.
So now you've already hit your first point. Look, on point, hit it, and then what? Broke down to your previous point, which is the 236. Usually, this is your first line of defense from the opposition, right? If you're looking at this as a battle, like you're taking over territories, this is the first territory you got to take away. So you see what happened when you went up there in battle. You lost the first one. Came back, you won. You went up to the next territory. What happened? They broke you down from this territory and tried to take back this territory. So what's going on right now? You're battling it out for this territory. What's the goal? To get back to this territory, take over this territory, and at least reach into your full retracement, which is the 618. This would be your last profit taking area. So now if you were looking at this in the eyes of a trade setup and you were looking at this as your base, you look at your first take profit as a 7.8% profit margin. From there, you know what? Let me use this. Where is it? Let me use this one. That one's gonna disappear. You're looking at about a 7.8% return. First take profit. Then you're looking at a 14.8% return. Second take profit. And then your third take profit will be 20.9%. This is a trade setup. This is how you gauge where you should take your profit at. It's not guessing. It's not Doge is going to $1. Like, what do you base that off of? You get what I mean? This is how you strategically get those prices in there. This is how people are able to tell you, yeah, you should run to this price, run to that price. If they can't show you the work like this, so I can tell you, like, look, your next target should be 2804, 2974, and 3143. If they're not showing you that, then they're just blowing smoke up your ass. They're really just guessing and telling you some stuff. They got to be able to have that proof of work of how they came to that conclusion of this currency is going to go to this. If they can't show you this, they're just going off of rhetoric, what they heard, or whatever the case may be. But it ain't solid though. I'm gonna tell you that.
Can
Now,
you show how you set up your fibs, your Fibonacci?
yeah, I actually just did it. What do you mean set it up? What do you mean by that? Just how I
Just in
pull
the
it from.
tool settings. No, how do we get it like that in the tool settings?
Okay, it's right over
Well,
here.
that's what I want to see too.
All your tools is over here. So what you can do, right? If you open up each one, right? So if we go to the first one, this is your trend lines. These are all your lines, trend line, horizontal. What you can do is put a star next to each one, right? You in there? Okay. So I put a star next to trend line, a star next to horizontal line, a star next to, yeah, proof of prediction. I like that. POP. I'm like that. Hey, if you don't coin that, I'm gonna coin that. And parallel channels. I like that. And then you come here and you get your Fibonacci retracement. You hit the star, and what you're doing is you're creating a tool belt down here for yourself, where you can just go get all your little tools from right here. So I got my head and shoulders, my rectangle, my triangle. I'm just so accustomed to going over here still, even though I got that down here. I just got to break the habit of going over here. But sometimes I remember it's here, sometimes I don't. But the Fibonacci is right over here on the left-hand side. And what you do is you hit the little arrow right there. It's going to give you the drop down. And you can use any of these other ones. But I just use the Fib retracement out of here.
Can you go into your settings in the Fibonacci so that we can see like how you have it color coded and everything?
All this is default.
Oh, okay.
You know, the only thing, no, well, let me say, the only thing I did do, hold on. The only thing that I did do, I'll show you. I did change it around. Let me, okay, so by default, this is how it's gonna come out, right? It's just gonna pull from point to point. So what you do is you go inside, you go to style. First thing you wanna do is extend your lines to the right. Right? Bam, that extends them to the right. Now you got all the numbers bunched up over here. Now, when I use more than one fib, I'll slice the numbers from side to side. But for right now, I want all my numbers to lay over here on the right-hand side. So you scroll down to the bottom and you go to labels and you go to right. They're already on the top. And I change these values to percents. That way now I'm looking at the 23.6%, 38.2%, and 50%, 61.8%.
What did you do? You right click that fib to do that at the bottom in your two belt?
What, to bring this up?
Yeah.
You can just double click on it. Double click on it. Like after you've made it, double click on the point and it should pull it up. Or you can you gotta create it to get the settings up. You gotta create it first.
Escape, big homie. Are you using the 161.8 as for confirmation too? Like after it passes, after it does a 100% retracement, are you still using those numbers, or are you gonna just go ahead and break down and do another look for more supported resistance and then make your entry again?
Nah, not really. If I look back, what I saying? Yeah. Open that up. That should be on. Open that up. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. Let's go to major coins. I have erased all of them. Trying to see if I got any. Oh, you know what? I should have some of these set up on the was it Ada I had? Yeah. So this is setup I got on Ada right now. Move this out the way. Ada versus Bitcoin. Then yeah, my target after we break the high, because we're already at the 786, right? So if you look at the breakdown, put this on a daily. I can show you what I was looking at. Let me close this out. Scoot this over. Let me get these wicks off of here too, so it doesn't. All right, so as you can see, I did a swing high, swing low. Now let's see how it played out. I mean, you hit target perfectly, ran right up to your 618, and then what did you do? You retraced all the way back down to the 236, held the 236 as support, gave you actually a whole nother entry. Because this would have been your first entry, take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, get out of the position, break all the way back down, get the same entry again with a tight stop limit, take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, or hold the position, right? Because you can also raise your stop limits to these levels instead of taking profit, right? We broke up. Now we're battling it out with the 786, trying to take away this territory from the opposition. And right now, we've been pretty much consolidating. So that's, in my opinion, is what am I trying to say? That is proof enough that as of right now, the demand for ADA, right, exceeds what a 618 is. So I can easily use that as my stop limit. If we lose the demand here, I want to get out of the position. But if we hold the demand, right, your next stop is your all-time high. From your all-time high, just the way that I trade, I usually target the 1618, though the 1272 and the 1414 could also be targets. This is usually my overall target once we break all-time high. So just to answer your question, yeah, I use the 1618.
Okay, facts. I appreciate that.
Yep. Oh yeah, we were on
Oh,
XRP.
another thing. Whenever, like you said, you can get back into the trade because you can re-enter. Are you putting your stops like after your trade is initially in profit? Are you moving your stop loss in profit, or are you keeping it at the same at your original stop loss?
No, that's why I was just saying previously, like you can use those same targets as just raising your stop limit up. So instead of taking profit, once you pass one target, raise your stop to that last target. And then just follow it. Unless you're using a platform, unless you use trailing stops.
Okay, cool. Appreciate you.
But yeah, never leave your, I mean, let's say you entered here, your stop. Let's say you did want to be. So we got a long position. You get in here. Hold on, let me look this up a little bit. Let's see what he would. Well, we're just using this as an example. So let's say we place our stop right, right below our previous daily low, right, and it doesn't get hit. And now price is, let's say, bars pattern. So let's say price did something like this, right? Now we're floating up here. I mean, you can at least move your stop to break even. That way, if it goes against you, but if you're this much in profit, right, use your previous low. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you just follow it up, find where your previous low is, and move your stop right below that previous low. Y'all catch that?
Yeah, it's basically a risk-free trade.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. So, in my opinion, this is a pretty if we was to play, and this is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form, so please don't take what I'm putting up on here as any type of financial advice. This is just my opinion. If I was going to trade this is what I would look for. These are the places that I would look to enter. This is where I would look to place my stop, and these are where I would look to place my my first take profit. So let me see, daily low, 24.99. What's that, about 4 point? What would we be here though? That'd be about 6%.
So are you trying to acquire XRP or Bitcoin right now?
Bitcoin, just using XRP to get more BTC.
Got it.
So at the most, we're looking at what? Yeah. So you're looking at about a 21.5% return if you make entry here and place your stop at 24.94, right? It's about a 3.6% loss. So let's see, 21% gain. Let's see, what do we have on KuCoin? What type of leverage was that? Let me see. Let me go back to KuCoin and look at this leverage real quick. On what, KuCoin? Oh, yeah. Roll another one of those cigars right there. Let me see. What are we looking for? ETH, support margin, XRP, so 10x, right? So I mean, I wouldn't do 10x. Well, I would, but I wouldn't advise nobody doing 10x. But let's just say you want to do 2x, right? That means you're gonna double your money. So let's say we put, let me see, I don't know. What would 0.1 BTC be? 0.1. It's gonna be like $3,370 to 3,700. 3,300. Okay, so 3,300. That ain't too bad. So let's say we put up 0.1 BTC on this, right? 0.1 BTC, but we do a 2x margin move. That means we're now trading with 0.2 BTC, right? We're trading with 0.2 BTC. So now from 0.2 BTC, you get a 21% return. So now we're looking at 2 plus 21%. Looking at 0.242 BTC. So that's going to be your return, 0.242 BTC on that. So now you go from, what was that, 33? So 0.242 BTC to USD. So you took 33 and turned to the 79, almost 8 grand. Now, if you just would have used the regular 0.1 BTC, right? 0.1 plus 21%. That gave us what? 0.121. So instead of 8 grand, we only walk. Oh, that ain't. Yeah, walk around with a couple. Walk away with that. Can't be right. 0.1 plus. It probably is though. 21%, ain't it? 21.4%. Let me see. 21.48%. Yeah, that'd be right. 0.1 plus 21%. 21. We'll just say 0.48%. Yeah, that's all it's giving you. 12148. Just take that away. Take that away. Take that away. And you do BTC to USD. So you walking right with about 4 grand. So remember on the last trade, you walk away with about 8 grand. Remember when we did a 2x leverage, that means you double it up. So that's why you get double the return. Get it? On the last calculation, that was leverage. Because instead of trading with 0.1 BTC, we're trading with 0.2 BTC. Y'all get that? Do I randomly choose coins to do TA on? Nope. There's over 8,000 different cryptocurrencies. I really only choose the ones that I'm interested in. Hold on, give me 1 second, family. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. I apologize for that, family. Are we all kind of catching what I'm trying to lay down here, though? As far as,
I got a question
go ahead.
on that XR. So what are you starting with? What's the amount you starting with to make that $4,000?
0.1 BTC.
0.1 BTC? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which the value of 0.1 BTC right now is $3,300. That's not that much of a return. But what I was showing was if you use 2x leverage that you can use over here on KuCoin, because you can use up to 10x leverage, meaning you can use 10 times the amount of money, right? So really, if you went over there with 0.1, initially you'd be trading with 1 Bitcoin. So now if you do 1 plus 21%, right?
Huh?
Oh, duh, dummy. That's gonna be. But no, it's good. It's good for the lesson though. 1.21 BTC to USD. That's gonna be your return from $3,300.
Now is that the minimum for KuCoin, or can you go lower than 0.1 BTC?
Oh no, you can trade with whatever you want. You can trade
Oh,
with
okay.
0.000001 BTC if you wanted to.
Okay, so you can build your way up to that. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. The denomination is up to you. So let's just say we had, well, let me see, what would this be? BT USD. Oh, not that much. Let's do. All right, so 0.01 is just $329, right? So let's say we took that 0.01 and put it on a 10x. That means you now be traded with 0.1. So that $329 is now $3,291. So now when you do the same move, now that $300 is going to bring you back that $4,000.
Nice.
They let you trade with that much leverage?
That's only 10x, bro. I trade with 20 and 50x leverage. That's only 10x. That's small to me, to be honest. Let me get some of your juice from the laptop, cuz I'm from my laptop. Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's small leverage. Say it again.
My
Say it one
bad.
more time, Queen.
I got pumped. I didn't know I was off mute, first of all. I got pumped because you said you trade with the 20 and 50x. So that's gold. My bad. That's all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, on average, I trade with 20x leverage, though. But just like to keep it cool, calm, and collect, you can do 5 or 10 or 2. You know what I mean? Because you got to understand when you're using these, well, we have access to these videos. Yeah. The reason y'all have access to these videos is because I'm sending them to you on a private KuCoin page. So you can just save the video. I mean, a private YouTube page. So you can just save, or private. They're private on my YouTube page. You can just save the YouTube link and always watch these videos. So after the 7 day, whether y'all in the Discord or not, you'll be able to watch these videos still. No problem. Yeah, I forgot what I was just talking about though. About the leverage. I
Yeah,
forgot where I
leverage.
was going. I forgot where I was going with it though. I don't even remember what I was
You
trying to
were saying
explain.
you trade 20x on the average. Is what you were saying.
Right.
So when you trade in leverage like that, for the most part, you just set it up where you can't lose. So if it falls, you don't lose anything.
Nah, you still can take a loss because right now we're looking at a 3.2% loss. Was it 3%? Let me see. What was it? Yeah, no, 3.6% loss. No, you're still looking to take a loss, but it's a minute amount. It's a minute loss versus you not knowing when to get out, and you wake up tomorrow and it's down here and you're down 40%. You know what I mean? Look what happened right here with XRP just overnight. You went from here and then went down 30%.
But if you put a stop there, wouldn't it automatically sell
Yeah,
when it goes down?
that's exactly my point. But how many people put stops? Not many.
Okay.
Just to be honest, if a lot of people put stops, a lot of people wouldn't cry when prices drop. It wouldn't matter. You'd be happy because now you got the ability to go back and buy at lower prices. The only reason people are crying because they didn't put stops. You know what I mean? So that's why whenever I do a trade, I don't just enter a position. I look for my entry, my stop, and my take profit. That's any trader. If you're really a trader, you should look for all three of those before you ever. You should never just enter like, I'm just gonna get in and wherever it goes, I'm just gonna get out. You're just gambling. In my opinion, let me say that I'm not a professional or anything. I have no degrees. I have no certificates. I have absolutely no type of nothing saying I took any classes or nothing in this space. I taught myself. So just take what I'm saying with a grain of salt as well, y'all. But yeah, in my opinion, you should already know what your exit strategy is if it goes against you. And if you're allowed to place that, I mean, why not? And then stick to it. That's another thing. That's another place where people mess up. Let's say it starts going down and you're like, man, I really want to trade. And now you get to adjusting your stop. I mean, I'm just going to take it down a little more and give it 8%. Then it goes, I'm going to take it down a little more. Now you're going against what you originally set up. If you set something up, go with what you originally set up and just see how it plays out. That's what I do anyways. Let me not say it in like a way you have to. That's how I do it. That way I can learn from my mistakes. Or learn if I'm doing it right. If you steady adjusting, you don't know what you're doing there. You don't know if you're right. You know what I mean? Just let it play out.
I know what you mean.
Let me see. I got these ones up here because go ahead.
So if you putting up 20x, even though you have a stop exit, you can lose basically 20x. Am I getting that right?
Nah, you're saying you cannot lose 20 times my money, not with the stop limit. Now, the way that it works, right? This is the way percentages work. Whatever X you're using, you gain and lose that every time it moves. So if I'm using 10x leverage, every time it moves 1%, I make 10% with every time it moves 10%. So you never want to go under what? 10%. Because if you lose 10% on the 10x leverage, what's that? 100% of your capital.
Okay, thanks.
Let's see what these moving averages are looking like. Okay, so if we just disregard all that extra stuff and we just use the moving averages, right? Only the moving averages. You can still set yourself up, come on now, with a decent trade here. Because then you just use your base of the 50-day or of this yellow line here as your support. So anything under that support, you want to get out of your position. You want to break this, but then your next target would be this high here. And then, let me see. This coincides with my next high, about right here, so 31. So now we're looking at, let me get rid of whatever I had there so we can start brand new. So now we're just using the moving average. I'm trying to show y'all different ways you can do it, because there's no one way, there's no one thing you're ever going to use that tells you what's going to happen. You know what I mean? No one tool, one indicator, one oscillator, there's no one thing. You got to be able to look at a variety of, I'm trying to say, a couple of things, right, that add up. So it's like if this adds up to, okay, this gives me this. And then I take that off and throw something else on. And that adds up damn to the same. Well, this man adds up like this and that, okay. And then I throw that off. And I look at it like, man, okay. So 1 + 1 + 1 all add up and give me 3, then it's the right answer. That's how I look at it. So I like to look at more than one thing. So if we were just to use this, we look at our entry, right? Oh, hold on, let me do this first. Pull this up a little bit. Bring this in a little bit like that, and let me zoom in. All right, so we don't want to drop below here. We want to use our wick low as our stop. So now we're looking anything below here, we want to get out of our position. So we want to be slightly below there, and we are. So that'd be 24.91, 25.02 is the low, right? Your first profit. For your first level where you should be, okay, so when you're looking at profit, right, your profit levels are usually going to be at levels of resistance, meaning that when you get to these areas, this is where you should usually slow down and probably sell off. That's why they're profit taking levels. You know what I mean? So all you do is you look for your previous resistance. So my previous resistance I can see first and foremost is right here. That's my first profit level. That's about 7.9, about 7.75, about 8% profit, right? And then you look to see, okay, well, after we cross that, what's our next resistance? Between here in your wick high here. So now you're looking at, oh, hold on, put that back. Now you're looking at between 12.4 and about 18% profit from there. So you see how I'm setting that up, and I'm just basing it off of tech. Let me turn that off. There we go, a lot better, a lot cleaner. So if we were to like mark these off and make it look less messy, let's see. Let's get rid of this. We would just be using this point here as our first take profit, right? Mark that off. That's our first take profit. And then we look at our next resistance, major resistance. Let me see what's here. That's kind of close enough to there. If we break and find support here, this right here wouldn't really matter. I'd look at my next level here as my next serious resistance. So we mark that off. And then we look at, I think we use the wick. So since the wick is gone, we're using the line. We'll take it upon ourselves and use the previous, well, yeah, that would be the next pivot I would want to look at. You just using the line chart. When we look at our profit there, we get rid of all this. It cleans it up for us. So now these are your 3 take profits.
How do those blue tags on the right side of the lines pop up? How did you get them on there?
Over here, where the text is, you're gonna open it up on the arrow here, and you're gonna come down and get the price label.
Thanks, God. Thanks.
And then just put it wherever you want it. Yeah, I'll show you where the price is at. So now you look at entry here. Yeah, please. That. That's price range. You go right here. Where the long position is, it's going to have long position there first. So you open that arrow up. You go down and hit price range. That's what's going to let you see the percentages you either win or lose. I got mine down here. I'll come back, get it again. Right, so. And get it one more time. That's going to be like, oh, so now you got all your orders set up. All your take profits are. Or you just raise your stop limit. So when you make it here, raise your stop to break even. Make it here, raise your stop to below this profit level here. You make here, raise your stop in between these 2 levels. And when you break this, raise your stop in between these 2 levels. And then you look for your, your next all-time high. So your next target from there will be 3,696 Satoshis.
So are you entering 4 or 5 separate trades with
No,
each?
these are if you one trade here, you either take your profit at these levels or you raise your stop limit to between these levels. So you can either use this as your take profit, this is your take profit, or this is your take profit. You can get rid of 30% here, 30% here, 30% here.
So are you getting alerts when you first hit that the initial profit that you had to set for?
If you set alerts, yep. Last night I suggested some apps y'all can use, Blockfolio and BitUniverse to set alerts with.
So you set the alert to get the first profit, and then you go right in once you get the alert and make a decision if you want to continue to try to get the second profit and put in another order.
If I didn't already have all my orders set up, because you can just set all your take profits up. I don't have to wait for it. I can already, after I make my entry, set 30% to take profit here for me automatically. Set 30% here to take profit for me automatically, and set another 30% to take profit for me here automatically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can set it up exactly how you want to. Or, I mean, if I'm using a platform that lets me use a trailing stop, what I can do is I can create a, what would this be? That's about 93 Satoshis to the stop. So what I would do is I would create like a 93, or I just create a 100 Satoshi trailing stop, meaning every time it moves up, it's going to follow it by 100 Satoshis. Now, when it starts moving down, it's going to stay wherever that 100 Satoshi is. You get what I'm saying?
How you do that again?
Say it again.
Explain it one more time, how you did that last part with the Satoshi.
So with a trailing stop, whatever the denomination is you put in, it's going to follow it by that. So if I put negative 100 on my trailing stop, it's going to follow it by a negative 100 points. Meaning if it moves, let's say an example, let's say I'm on a range from 100 to 1, and I got a trailing stop of 100, and right now the price is at 100. So that means my trailing stop is at where? 1, right? 0 or 1. If it goes up to 101 or 102, my trailing stop is going to move up to 1 or 2. Let's say it moves up to 110. My trailing stop is going to move up to 10, but let's say it starts to retrace back down. My trailing stop is going to stay at 10 until it goes up some more and it breaks that range of 100. So if it goes up to 111, just one more dollar is going to raise my stop up that one more dollar. And then if it drops down, it's going to keep it at 11. You follow?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, let me check some of these chats because I see I'm getting messages. Hold on. Do you have a checklist to make a decision to take a trade? Checklist. In my mind, not really. Not no written out thing. I do everything pretty much on the fly. You're looking for multiple confirmations. Yeah, if you could put a percentage on your success rate, what would you say that is if you don't mind? I wouldn't even say it, bro, because it'd sound cocky. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Really, you can go back and watch all my videos for the past 4 years and just see all the calls I made. And everything that I call, I trade. So I don't put anything out there that I don't have money on. But it'd be stupid. I'm gonna be honest with you. Could you do some more Bitcoin TI? I think you did it in the beginning, but I was dealing with it. Couldn't hear too well. Yeah, let's look at let me see. Let's look at shorten it. Okay. So yeah, I got somebody asked about shorting an asset, right? Can you make money going down? So I'll do another BTC example, but I'll do it with a short. Okay. Let's use, who's looking bearish? Let me see. Let me see who's looking bearish. Algo. Yep, you can get it on KuCoin. Shit, not against Bitcoin, it ain't. Against USD, it is not. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm showing the BTC pair, because as the value of USD goes down, a lot of these are gonna run versus BTC. So it's a totally different chart. So let me find something that's bit. What's trash? Let me see. What's EOS maybe? Okay, so we might see some more bearishness. Daily, weekly. Yeah, we could probably come down to about 1,363 sats. What's that? Not a lot. Let me see. We could be making just a higher low, which is actually positive. I want to find something that's, man, what's a coin that's garbage? I'm trying to think of like a real shit coin.
NDX.
Pundi versus, let me see, they got it versus BTC. Yep, on KuCoin. There we go. Perfect. So what we want to do is something like that. All right, so we hitting the 786. So your next target would be 38.50. That'll give you at your all-time low. Then below that, let me see something. Let me add and there we go. All right, so let me see my base. I put it around 43.39. Let's target 15% to the downside. So now we're looking at a short position on PUMDX. If we break here, let me see. Yeah, to make it safe, we can go right above the base here. Something like, let me zoom in real quick. The zoom in, you come over here, get the little zoom in button. You just cover the place you want to zoom in at. Right above that previous high, right there. So about a 7.7% loss. And if we do break our previous low, our next target would be about 15, that's like half, about a 15.16% gain to a 19.2% gain to a 25.7% gain to the downside. So it's the same thing, you're just betting on the price to go down. So this is a short position. This is a short position. This is if you're betting on the price to go down, basically.
So how do you put in the order for that?
It depends on the exchange market you use. If you use futures, all you do is hit sell, and it's going to open up a sell position for you. Meaning that if the price goes up, you lose money. If the price goes down, you make money. If you're using margin, then what you're going to do is you're going to borrow the underlying asset, sell it at a higher rate, and then let me get this right. You're using margin and you're shorting. Yeah, you're gonna borrow the underlying asset, sell it at a higher price with hopes to buy it back at a lower price. And then whatever the difference is, you get to keep that money in the middle. So as an example, if we're gonna short PUMDX here, right? We're buying it at what, 41.25. So let's say use, what is this? Okay, yeah, we can't use this. What you're doing on a short position, right? Let me get PUMDX pulled up. Is this the right one? That ain't the price, is it? 13. Nah, this is the new one then. Hold on. How much time do I spend trading? Nowadays, not a lot, because I just look for the trade, I set it up, and I walk away. Other than that, I spend my time researching. The time's not spent on trading. The time is spent on the technical analysis. Once you do your TA and you figure out what your trades are, you just go execute them and then go do whatever else you need to do for the rest of the day. But now this is the thing. I only trade when there's a trade for me. If there's no trade, there's just no trade. You know what I mean? I don't force trades. A lot of times people come to me like, hey, well, I want to learn to trade between 7 and 8. Well, I got time before work. And it's like, it don't work like that. You can't tell the assets to give you a trade if it ain't one there. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people get that misconstrued. I allow the charts to give me a trade, and then I take it. So Let's do the math. Let's do PoonDX, the new one, MPXS. Price still ain't right though. Let's just do the math like this. Let's just do the math anyways. Let's say 5,000. This gonna get us.
You don't see nothing on the screen.
Yeah, I don't. Hold on. Let me see what happened.
Let me demo my piece. I'm gonna call you back.
Here we go. All right. So as an example, let's see. Right now they are. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. There we go. On here they 5,234 satoshis, right? So $5,000 is gonna get us 95,529,231 PoonDX, right? So we take that and let's say that this is what you do. As soon as you short, well, it is short, right? What you're doing is you're borrowing the asset from a broker. You're selling it for the current price. If you're feeling that this is the high and it's going to keep going down, right? So we sell this right now for $5,000, right? Can I change this to B? I can't change it to BTC. Just follow along with me. I'm going to use USD in this example, but just follow along with me, okay? So right now we get this 95 million MPXS and sell it at the price of $52.34 for $5,000, right? So now we take the price of $52.34 and we take away, what was that, 21% or something? $52.34, take away 21%, that gives us $41.34. So now we take that $41.34, right? $41.34, so 0.1234 times 5,000. So hold on, let me see. What I do wrong? 5,000. That should be right. Hold on. Backtrack here. That means it's trading at 4,134 now. 4,100. Okay. I know how to do it now. So what we want to do is, what was it, 95 million? That's what it is. So it's 4134 times 95. What was it? 95. What'd you say? Oh no, I got it here. 95,529,231. 529,231. 529,231. Hey, where is it? 529,231. Here we go. 529,231. All right, so this is what you did. You went back in and you bought PoonDX, the same amount that you sold for $39.48, right? So now you take 5,000 or $39.48 from 5,000, and you made $1,052 off of that trade. I know that was a bunch of like back and forth mathematics. Was y'all able to catch that? Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm catching it slowly.
It's gonna take repetition. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It took me about a year to learn how to trade fully. So this ain't nothing y'all gonna get overnight or over a week. You know what I mean? Especially if you've never done it ever in life and this is your first time really looking at candlesticks, hearing about percentages, stop losses, shorts, longs. Don't let it wreck your brain and feel like, damn, I'm none of that. It's your beginners. It's gonna take repetition of watching this over and over and over and over. And the more you watch it, every time you're gonna get something new from it. Every time you're gonna get something new from it. So look at it like this. If I buy something at a high price in one town, right? But I know I can get it for a cheaper price in another town, and my buddy gonna let me borrow this, and he just says I gotta bring this back with a little bit of interest, not no money, right? I can take what he has, sell it in my town for a high price, go out of town, buy it at a lower price, and bring it back to him and return it to him and keep the middleman money. Y'all follow that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is it like
That's
a put?
little easier way to understand it.
Definitely. Is it
Yeah,
kind of like
thank
a
you,
put,
King.
like an option put?
Yeah, I mean, it's all, look, all calls and puts are longs and shorts.
Right, right.
That's all they really is, longs and shorts.
Okay. I trade the bonds and I'm still somewhat new at it. And so it is making sense. I use like a volume profile with a point of control. And so some of it is definitely crossing over for sure.
Yeah, to me, understanding this helps me understand all the other financial stuff.
Yep.
Because it ties in so much.
Definitely.
Y'all got any choice cryptocurrencies that you may want to take a look at? Oh, let me put y'all on this too. This is a project I'm about to get into. Just to put y'all in on something I've been looking at. There we go. 57 cents right now. Go to the project. They basically got a options trading app. Now you do got to use a VPN to use it because they're not available in the US. So you do have to use the VPN, but they do allow you to trade crypto options, futures, and a whole bunch of other assets. And they got the token backing them. And you can also stake it, right? So I'm probably gonna grab it, stake it. In fact, it's on the Syndex. Let me see something. Let me see if they got the staking over here possible. This is a nice platform to stake on right here. So the staking. Let me see if they got. Let me see if they got it over here. And I'm surprised they don't have it on the list. Okay, so they don't have the staking capabilities over here, but you are able to trade it over here. So let's take a look real quick, see what assets we can trade it against. Let's see, PTF, we got it versus USD, we got it versus Bitcoin, we got it versus, nope, not versus Ethereum. It's up 1.77 versus Bitcoin, but it's down 1.72 versus USDT. So right now it's gaining versus Bitcoin.
So if you stake on a Syndex, who holds your currency? Do you hold it or do they hold it? Where
Syndex,
is it?
it's a centralized exchange.
So you don't have any keys and you don't own your crypto.
No, you don't never have any keys when you use centralized exchanges. Only in your wallet.
So Syndex is centralized. Okay.
Mm-hmm. One of the few centralized platforms I do use for their staking mechanism. Let me look at their chart over here.
I know you big on not giving up your KYC. Did you have to get that up on that?
I don't get my KYC up, so that should already answer. I don't do KYC.
Well, I thought since it's centralized, you had to give it up.
Nah, centralized don't mean that. Centralized just mean they got the keys to your to the wallets. That's all.
Okay, my bad.
Nah, you all good. A Syndex. Now this is the thing. They ask you for your information, and because we've been trained to give our information up, a lot of times we voluntarily give it up, but you don't have to give it up though. I'm trying to turn these. Let me see. KYC is know your client, know your customer. That's where they ask you for your ID, probably a selfie, social security number, address, all the personal information that you never really had to give up in the beginning. 1330.
And how do you bypass it then?
What do you mean? It's voluntary. You just don't fill it out.
Okay.
If you use a platform where it's mandatory, then you can't bypass it. So as an example, when you sign up for KuCoin, just don't go to the identity section and put your identity in. That's all. It doesn't make you do it to get your money in and out. Now, what they may do is put a limit on the amount of money that you can withdraw. And usually without doing ID, you can withdraw anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 every 24 hours. So if you're not looking to take out $10,000 to $20,000 every single day, you normally don't have to do the ID. That's why you want to read the terms of giving up your identification, and you know what is it? They got levels, right? So you usually got 0 level identification where you didn't put nothing up, and they'll usually have you can withdraw from 0 to $5,000. And then level 1 would be if you want to give up a name and an address, you can withdraw from 5,000 to 10,000. And then level 3 would be if you want to give up a passport, ID, yada yada yada, a selfie, then you can withdraw $20,000 to $50,000. You know what I mean? That's how they usually do it. But no, this is a project I'm looking into. Just grab a little bit of it at the price that it is now, on the dollar side, and then watch it for a couple of days and see how it moves. I think somebody asked for SPG. It's a stock. Hold on. Let me see. Let me look at the chat again. I don't know what F2 pool is, but I'm in a bunch of liquidity pools. Can I re-explain the purpose of ENS domains again? I didn't understand. It's a payment name. Instead of typing in a long alphanumerical code, like your public address, you'll just type in something like I don't know, bitcoinblockbully.eth. You can send me Ethereum payment straight to bitcoinblockbully.eth. And somebody said we need more trap examples. If y'all used to listen to me back in the day, that's all I used to give was trap examples. I can definitely break all this down in trap terms. Somebody, oh, there it is. Hold on. SPG. All right, so SPG. Now, which one are we looking at out of SPG? Is it Simon Property Group or is it this? So, yeah, you got a bunch
Simon,
of them.
yeah, Simon Property Group, the first one.
All right. Oh, this is bullish. What you want to know about this?
Should I buy more? Should I keep it?
I mean, are you in a position right now?
I got like 20K in it.
No, I definitely wouldn't buy.
That was about it.
Where was your entry at? Tell me where your entry was at. I'll set you up real quick. Where was your entry?
$87.
All right, so and you haven't taken any profit?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, man. When you got profit, take it, bro.
Okay.
Well, let me not say it like that. Let me rephrase that. I'm not giving financial advice in any way, shape, or form. But what I do is, once I've at least made my initial profit back, I at least take my initial capital out. So if I came in with 20 and I'm up 40, let me take my dub out, leave the other dub in there. It's a free dub. Now, for the most part, you don't care what it does, but as long as you're watching the charts. So like right now, right? As long as you don't come and break below right here, which is $121, you can keep that position open. Well, okay. Let me see something real quick. You said $87?
Yes, 87.
So right now you're up about 10 grand right now, a little over 10 grand, right? Maybe about a little over 10 grand. So you're up about 30. This thing's only $125. Let me see something. Let me see where this is coming from though. There we go. Okay, we coming from. Hold on. Okay. Damn good recovery. When is this from? The COVID recovery. You caught this on the COVID recovery, huh?
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Coming from it. That was a damn good catch. So let me look at something here. And you're probably looking at running up to about, because right now you're hitting your resistance band right here. You break that, you're looking at going up to at least 100. Man, this shit you're probably going to go to 151 from here. You break 151, your next stop is around 165, from 165 to 189, 189 to 212, and from 212 to around 223. Those will be all your stops. Not saying you're going to make all those stops. What you want to look at is when this starts getting close to the dotted line up here, this is your RSI, that means it's oversold. overbought. It means it's priced too high. And when this starts going around, like, let me show you an example. All right, so right now it's real bullish, right? SafePal or Ledger. Those are the two hardware wallets I utilize the most. SafePal or Ledger. So when it starts wrapping around like this and start getting lighter bars, that's telling you that the bears are getting weak. I would start edging out of my position there, or just put a stop limit on to take me out. So just certain things you want to look for this run that you're in right now to start subsiding. You get what I'm saying?
Hey,
Where we
bro.
go
All
back.
right. So,
Hey, I'm gonna be
so
honest with y'all.
put a stop.
Hold on, let me say this though. Number one, I wouldn't go buy this, family. You're buying this on a run. This is, and I'm gonna give y'all the example I always give everyone. Don't try to jump on the train once it's moving already, because the potential of it to come down and everyone to take profit is a lot higher than it was buying it on the lows. I never jump on assets like this. It already took off. I missed my move. And you got to live with that sometimes. Well, let me not give anyone any type of financial advice, but I don't buy assets that are already broken down. I need to get in before the breakout. Now, yeah, if anything, I'd wait for it to come back and retest $120, and then if we found support there, I would get a position there, and then look for it to continue to rally with a tight stop right below 110. That would do that, but just buying it flat out, right? Because I just see someone say, "Where do we go buy this?" That's another thing, family. Y'all, like, for those that are new, right? I know we look at the things that people are making money on and want to jump on those with those people that are making money. But I'm gonna tell you something: people that have already made money, the potential of them to sell is a lot higher than it is if you were in the beginning before they started making the money. So when you're looking at things that are all in the green, they got big green candlesticks, and it's like, damn, we need to jump on that one because it's making everybody money. You're already late to the party. The potential of you to get sold on is very high. So I wouldn't advise. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to take heed from that. Let me see. Where do we go buy some of this? You got to ask him. I don't do stocks anymore. So we use TradingView to find other coins, etc. Not so much use TradingView to find other coins. I just use TradingView to chart those other coins. You can use CoinGecko to find over 7,000 different cryptocurrencies, though. If you want to find coins, you can just go to large movers, high volume, recently added. Right. So these are some of the newest coins that have been added. Buff Doge. They only got $1.5 million so far. I wouldn't touch it. Werewolf coin. Oh my God. Nickel. Cryption Network. How old are these? 20 minutes. Man, I'm gonna tell you something though. These be the ones like right now. Goddamn it, sit back. Let me not say that no loud with them though, but yeah, but like on some gambling stuff, you know, $20 here, 40, 50, 100 there. You know what I mean? These be the ones people wake up $100 and make them $4,000, $5,000. But nah, I wouldn't advise anybody new doing that. But it's like how you find new coins that are just coming out. NFT musical. I wonder what this is. Interesting. And then I go to the website. This is how I find new coins. The token that safeguards the content of your everyday music. Upload thousands of hours of content every day. Are you doing enough? Okay, I'm gonna come back and take a look at that. Somebody said something about ETH. Let me look. We got about 10 more minutes, family. 10 more minutes. We'll be ending tonight's session. You do some TA on Canvas stock and ASIC miner I own, CAN. All right. What's your take on Ethereum? A day like today, it dipped. People were tight, but is it the best time to get in? Ethereum versus ETUSD. Take a look. What happened?
Hey, Bitcoin, when you get done with that one, man, can you look at that EMAX? Because I bought that on speculation because of that Floyd Mayweather fight, and I'm taking an L right now.
There's not even a chart to even look at EMAX, bro. It's too new. There's not even a chart to look at. There is no chart.
Okay.
Just to be honest with y'all, because a million people asked me to look at it. There's no way to look at it. Well, you know what? What we can look at, I'm wrong. What we can look at, not really a chart, and I would never use it to trade off of. But let's see. It's up 6% for the day. I mean, it's up 2,000% in the last 14 days. No, 23,000%.
I got in late, I guess.
Why you say? What are you down right now?
Yeah, when I looked at it, it was like down 25%. That was this morning, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's down 54%. And we really can't go off of this because there's so many question marks. Like there's no market cap. They got 2 quadrillion coins. I would never touch this. Yeah, quadrillion coins. I would never touch this. Okay, so let me put this on a max real quick. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so you see this? See this? Just straight pump and sell, 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 sell. So they're just distributing. This is when was the Mayweather fight?
Sunday.
This past Sunday.
Hey, so if y'all have ever listened to me, they got a term called buy the rumor and sell the news, right? What you do is you buy an asset, run it up to the day that it's supposed to do something big, and then sell it before that day. That's exactly what they did with this. Same thing they did with XRP. The same thing they did with a bunch of other coins I can show you. So anytime, that's another thing, family. When y'all hear about a company doing something with a coin, it's supposed to have something going on this day, that doesn't mean buy it. You're really supposed to buy it before that news came out. Because it's called buy the rumor and sell the news. You get what I'm saying? So don't jump on these coins that are, hey, DJ Khaled's doing something with it. Forget that stuff. Leave all that stuff alone. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't buy no celebrity, no Hollywood, no movie coin, none of that stuff. Any of these content creators, they come out with a token. I'm not supporting that because it has, in my opinion, no use in generational wealth. I'm not gonna be able to pass EMAX that's used for a Mayweather fight down to my children to withstand for the next 50 years. Mayweather's not going to be alive for the next 50 years. Why would I buy a coin that is basically invested and backed by that specific project, specific thing? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking for longevity.
Yeah, I got burnt, man. I thought it might be like a Dogecoin or something. Like it might have a little longevity, but you know.
I mean, shit. Whoever bought it 14 days ago, you put $1 in, you up $23,000. Well, but no, well, yeah. But this is the thing. Let me say this too. This isn't actual because the thing is cashing out, right? So if any of y'all have ever cashed out with large liquidity on a platform that has low volume, you can easily try to sell this 23,000 and walk away with about 10 grand because there's not enough volume on there to trade it out. So there's such a thing as being rich on paper. Just because it has a certain dollar amount in your account does not mean you can get that dollar amount out. And I need y'all to understand that. Because you can buy some of these shit coins and look in your account, be up 20 grand and can't even sell it. Facts. I got people right now that got $10,000, $20,000 in their account. Can't do nothing with it. It's just pretty to look at.
Bird learned that off of that pig token.
You said pig?
Pig token a couple weeks ago, about a month and a half ago.
Piggy was it's probably up here no more. It's probably gone. Is there any of these right here?
PIG.
Okay, Pig Finance.
It was like a farming token.
Yeah, they just been straight distribution. They must have did an airdrop or they must have got a pre-sale and everybody had it free and they're just selling it off now. So let's go back to 180 day. Oh yeah, that was a straight pump for one day and then doof. So yeah, this is what y'all gotta watch out for, man. This right here is what makes people buy stuff right here. They're like, oh my God, it's going to the moon. I need to go buy this because it's gonna keep going to the moon. It just don't work like that, y'all. It really doesn't.
So Bitcoin,
I have a question.
ask you a question.
The problem was being able to sell it part because I was up like 600%, but I wasn't able to sell it.
And because there wasn't no volume, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I say. It can look good in your wallet, family. Doesn't mean anything. But go ahead. We had a couple of questions.
Yeah, I have a question.
Go first.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have a question. It's kind of on the basis of what you're talking about. I bought this coin, it's TKINU, and it's a relatively new coin, and I bought it before it was even listed, right? And I only bought about $50 worth, and then when it finally got listed, and I put the address in my trust wallet, and looked up one day $450. I was like, what? So I'm trying to figure out, because when I go to look at it in my Uniswap, it gives the original amount because it's only like still kind of like where I bought it from, like around $50. So I'm like, if I was trying to trade it out, how would I do that? If I go into Uniswap, it actually shows me just like $50 or $49. But in it says 490,000.
And I mean, like I say, it can look good on that paper, but you know, when you go to exchange it, the exchange rate is what it is.
Well, that's
So
what I'm
leave it.
saying. I can't exchange it if I like. I can't. I can see it in my Uniswap, but I'm in their Discord group, and I see some exchange it on. Should I go to like one of those exchanges and try to exchange it for like ETH and then maybe put it in USDT or something? Because I bought it with ETH.
I mean, let me see, what do we got here? You only got 3 markets you can buy it on: Galaxy, Uniswap, and BKEX. And I mean, I don't touch these other markets. You're saying when you
That's what
go
I
on
was saying because
Uniswap,
I learned from you, and I want to thank you for what. hmm
no,
Yeah, when I go on
you say when you go to
Uniswap, it only
Uniswap and
shows
you
like
try
the
to sell
original.
it, it only says you can get $50 for it.
Right. And then in my wallet, it says 490,000. And I was like, should I try to go to BKEX and see if I can swap it out there?
No, they're not gonna give you that $490,000 either. What it is it's a percent. It's a percent thing. That 490,000 is really just $49.
Oh, okay. That's what I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute. I'm looking at my wall. I was like, no, that can't be right. So it's not
Mhm.
right. It's only a percentage.
I mean, it's a misread. It's a misread.
Okay. That's what I
There-
thought. So
there-
I said, if
yeah, be
anybody would know,
careful.
you would.
I think I seen this coin. This is the one they did for the
That's the one they did the biggest.
That's the one. Yeah,
Yeah, with the
BCP.
biggest crypto
yeah.
player ever.
People ask me about that. I told them I wouldn't touch that, but you know, a nice little pump. You know, if y'all had a constructed pump, that was cool. Just as long as you was able to get out at the top.
Yeah, I mean, we made plenty money off that. That when they gave it to us down here in Miami.
Right. So that was just a pump and dump move. I mean, that was cool. Nothing to get tied into though. You know what I'm saying?
Man, still
Right. So
hang.
So,
I love
Bitcoin Bully, I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you always buy in trading pairs, or do you just sometimes buy single assets?
I mean, there's always a trading pair. You can't buy without a trading pair. There's either going to be a trading pair, a USD, or a crypto asset. So it's always a trading pair. I don't get the question.
Well, when I crypto.com, I could just buy ETH alone. You see what I'm
But
saying?
you're not buying it alone. You're buying it with a trading pair of USD. You're just not seeing that you're buying it with a trading pair. But since you're exchanging USD, that's a trading pair.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So if y'all just using credit cards and debit cards, that's a trading pair of the asset versus USD. It's just not on a market order book. You get what I'm saying? But it's the same thing though.
Got you. All right.
Hey, what's going on, brother man? I was wondering if you could check out that Canaan for me.
Oh yeah, you did say can't. Let me see.
Appreciate it. And then I do have one more question. I know you don't really give obviously you don't give advice, but I have probably about 70% of my alts. I'm still at a profit. What would you do? Would you would obviously take that profit, right?
Hey, ain't nobody ever go broke taking profit.
Word. Thank you, sir. Yeah, just kind of like still trying to looking to see if the market's gonna go up, but I'm like, maybe I should sell.
Right. Now, what'd you do with this? You bought this on a dip or what?
I bought that back when it was about $2.40.
And you held it all the way through $38?
Yeah, I freaking I should have taken profits then, and then I'm still holding it.
I mean, shit, you came down and sold off, bounced. I would hold it as long as it's above $7.62. I just keep holding it until it continues to rally. Now, if it breaks
Okay.
below that, I sell it. But as long as you're above 762, you all good. Because I mean, this is what I mean. You broke your resistance and came and back tested it. Look, resistance, break, back test, continue to rally.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, it's pretty heavily correlated.
I'll tell you this, bro. I would probably damn you ain't take no profit though. If you would have took profit up here, I'd have doubled down here and bought more.
Right. Yeah, and it's pretty heavily correlated to Bitcoin because it's a ASIC mining company.
Yeah, ASIC miners. Yep.
So that's another
shit.
reason
I'll be
too.
if you have extra capital, I'll be Yeah, damn, that might be a good trade right here. What is this, a weekly? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, you're coming back down to retest this, I think. If not this, let me open this up real quick because you're losing positive momentum on the daily, but you're losing it on the weekly. Probably pull back, maybe back down to 848. Even come back down. If you came back down and retest here again and you held, I'd buy that honestly and just put a real tight stop
Okay.
on around $7 or something like that. Yeah, I'd buy a retest here.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, real
That's
quick,
me.
back
That's
to
not my
that
extra life.
question.
That's just me. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, real quick, back to that question on ETH. So like when it like it dipped like maybe $200 or $300. Like two real quick questions. One is, are those good times to get into ETH and hold on to it? Because you mentioned that like they're really important for the metaverse. And then like it seems like BTC, ETH, and Binance are like the leading coins. What's another leading coin? Is ETH the second leading BTC coin? And like what's the other like leading coins in this space?
Go to CoinGecko, it's gonna give you coin number 1 to 7,000. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, which is the United States cryptocurrency equivalent to the United States dollar. Binance number 4, Cardano number 5, Doge number 6. Now, let me say something about these positions of these coins. That does not mean that these are better coins than ones that are behind them. It does not mean that. All it means is they got a larger market cap. That's all their position is based off of, market cap. That doesn't mean that Doge is better than Polkadot. It's not. It in no way, shape, or form is it. It just has a larger market cap. So this really doesn't mean anything. You really want to dig in and see what the projects are doing. I can tell you about a project that's probably number 400 is beating a lot of these projects up here. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the number doesn't really matter other than the fact that when it does move up in numbers, you can tell that more capital is getting allocated to it because the market cap is growing. So this is where you find
Okay.
your coins at.
All right. And
And
just
as
to follow
far
up
as
on,
ETH dipping down, I mean, if you're investing, if you were just buying ETH at $4,000, then me buying it at $2,400 is the same. It's a lick to me. You know what I mean? So if you're dollar cost averaging in where you're just buying it here and there, then what you want to do is when it dips, take little nibbles off of it. You know what I mean? Every time, never buy it when it's running. Always wait for a dip because it's always going to get a dip. So like right here, people probably buy. Nope, dip, buy this. Nope, buy that. Nope, buy that. You know what I'm saying? Buy it when it gets those dips. If you're investing, if you're looking at it from an investment standpoint.
real quick, just to follow up on that one, you mentioned that paying attention to what these coins are paired with is really important. Like, if it's paired to like USDT, USDC?
No. Only if you're trading. Only if you're trading. If you're just holding the coin, it don't matter what it's paired to at the end of the day. But if you're a trader and you don't understand that you're trading this versus Bitcoin, you need to understand that then, because a lot of times people trade these versus pairs and don't understand that they're trading it versus pairs.
Got you. And then again, I mean, I think I got you, but I understand because like when I look at these apps, like it doesn't say what it's paired to. It just shows the coin. But then when you look at something like KuCoin, it shows what it's paired with. So like there's like you could get not misled, but like you could be misinformed because you don't understand that. You understand what I'm saying?
No, definitely. At the end of the day, if you remember, these are just assets, and we live in a United States dollar denominated world. So you really want to look at them versus United States dollars, unless your intention is to trade them for an underlying cryptocurrency. And then in that effect, you'd want to look at them versus that specific pair. So if you're long Bitcoin versus the US dollar, y'all really should be looking at pairs versus BTC and really just holding BTC. But if you're, you know what I'm saying, long US dollar and BTC, then you can, diversify, have Bitcoin and Ethereum, and USD, and Ethereum as well. Because you don't want to sell. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't want to never sell all your coins. Now, if you're skilled enough to where you can sell all your stock in Ethereum and Bitcoin and know you can buy it back at a lower price, then hey, rock with it. But if you don't know how to do that and you think you're going to sell it and to buy back at a higher price, which is what a lot of new people do, because they don't understand the charts, so they don't understand when the reversal comes in. So they'll sell it at the bottom and buy it at the top a lot of times. Because what they do is they don't sell it here, they get scared down here and they sell it. Now they're caught buying it back up here after they rally back up. That's what happens a lot of times for people that can't read charts. You sell it when you get scared and then buy it back after everything is back good and normal, but by then it already went up from where you sold it from. So now you're not even getting that same amount that you had before you sold it.
So would it be better to, like, since BTC is down, to actually just put it in one of those money markets and just let it sit there until it goes back up?
There you go. Let it pay you interest in Bitcoin. Definitely.
That's what I was going to say, because I don't want to sell it, but I think I'm going to take what I got and put it in. I'm going to have to look at the thing that I did the other day with you and put it in one of those money market forms, and let it accrue until it goes back up.
That's a better plan than the bad one. And this is the thing about those money markets. Once you've caught that bottom, you can just leave the Bitcoin in there and take a loan out against it and go buy some old Bitcoin.
See, yeah, see, there you go. Well, I was like, I knew I was thinking right, but I didn't have it all together. I want to say, first of all, King, I thank you and I appreciate you. I've done about 3 workshops with you now, and I had 1 personal consultation. You're the bomb. I'm going to just tell you that.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Queen.
Hey, Bitcoin Bully, you mentioned in the workshop the other day that when you borrow on an asset, when you pay it back, you're gonna have to pay the appreciated amount back.
No, that's not what I said. I said when you borrow the asset, not when you borrow from the asset. Meaning if you borrow Bitcoin, you have to pay the asset back. But if I put Bitcoin in my account and I borrow USDT, I just got to pay USDT back.
Oh, got it. That's the difference. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take 2 more
I just
questions,
want to
y'all.
say thank you for that answer before too, man. Thank you.
No, no doubt, no doubt. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support.
Question,
If
sir.
anybody that wants to learn how to trade, I do got that KuCoin video. I put a list of my services in the page, and there is a KuCoin video that shows you how to long, short with USD and Bitcoin and margin trade all in one video.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate all that. Quick question. I think I might have missed, but would you be able to do maybe a little bit of Bitcoin TA?
Hey, bro, you said that that's on your Discord or on your
Nah, if you look in the general chat or the Discord, I'll put all my services up.
All right, good looking.
Yep.
When you're talking about us friending you, want us to friend us on here or in IG?
Wait, say it again.
You were saying that actually ask a request, do a friend request.
Dang, it just chopped you up, Queen. I ain't hear nothing you said. It chopped everything you said up.
She said she was asking about a friend
request, do a friend request.
Yeah, on the DM.
Do you want us to do
Discord.
it in here or on IG? Okay.
No, on Discord. No, follow me on IG too, definitely. But what I meant was on Discord,
gotcha.
in case y'all want to get in contact with me for the services or order one of those videos I got. Go ahead, my fault.
Okay, got you. Oh yeah, I follow. Oh, you know I'm following you on IG, King.
Got you. Now I think somebody else was asking. Man, to be honest, this is the Head and Shoulders right here. This is super bearish. What? I can't believe it actually formed. I don't even want to show y'all what it can come down to because it's crazy. It don't make no sense. But let me see.
15K.
Yeah, it's like 15, 12K.
Oh my God, I'm gonna hurry up and put myself in there and let it accumulate. I need to do that this weekend.
But I wouldn't put weight on this shot. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't put any weight on this. I wouldn't put weight on that, y'all. Usually that's how you do a Head and Shoulders. Yeah, that's not correct. I'm sorry. Let me make sure this is on logarithmic. It is. Okay, so with this, the type of drop I would look for, let me get rid of that real quick. Well, no, hold on. I didn't want to get rid of the whole thing. Let me get rid of that. This back on.
Hey, bro, you still doing New Money Matrix?
What you mean, the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I haven't recorded a video in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna start recording some new videos. I mean, new podcast episodes. My fault. I'm gonna start recording some new podcast episodes. Man. So yeah, if Bitcoin breaks support right now around that $32,000 level, your next level is 31.5 and then 27. Hold on, let me open this up to make sure. Yeah, your next support right now after breaking 31.50 is 27.5 and then below there around 24K.
Wow.
If we just get rid of these and just look at our moving averages, put it on a weekly, 24K. I like that. So look, even without the moving average, without the support and resistance, we look at our moving averages. And the way these work is when you break one, you usually break down to the next one. So you break the red, break down to the orange, break the orange, break down to the blue, break the blue, break down to the purple. And it just works like that. Like right here, you broke down, you broke down, you broke down, you broke down, and you broke under it. And then look, you came to back test it and you got rejected. It wasn't until you broke it that you were able to break back up. When you start breaking these to the downside, like break, break, break. Well, now you held here. Actually, if we stretch that purple one out, turn that on. You held right there. That was last of the Mohicans. So right here, if you were to come back down to that purple one, that's about 16K. So right now, damn, look how on point that is. I put my my support levels back on. So when you're doing TA, right, and you're doing your own TA, and then you come put these automated indicators on, and they add up with what your TA is, that's how you know your TA is kind of on point. So just without the moving averages, we knew that 24K was the point. With the moving averages, we know if this gets broke, more than not, this is your next target, which is 24K.
And the alts will
bleed
a lot more.
Huh?
And the alts are gonna bleed a lot more.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, them alts, y'all gonna get killed in the alts. I'm talking about 80, 90% like losses. It's gonna be ugly.
How likely do you think it goes to that 24K?
There is no likely about it. I just come back and I look at the chart. The chart's gonna tell me if it goes to 24K. If we break below here and this turns into resistance, this is our next target. If we break this and turn into resistance, this is our next target. I play it by levels. This is a weekly, so it's not gonna happen overnight. Though, it can do whatever it wants. Let me say this. Bitcoin can do whatever it wants, but just regular market conditions, it's gonna play it by the rules and break it down by levels. So first thing I look for is a break, open, and close below here. If we don't get that and we just follow and like grind this out and start turning around, then I'll get back bullish. But right now, I'm bearish on Bitcoin.
Right. Thank you.
And then looking at your RSI coming down here, that'll probably bring you down to the back of the wave, right back down here to your oversold territory so you can bounce back around. So that's what I see with Bitcoin right now. This is extremely bearish, which is going to make everything else bearish. But versus Bitcoin, that makes everything else bullish. That's ETH Bitcoin. That's ETH USD. Let me go in here a little bit more. Open this up. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So ETH versus USD versus ETH versus Bitcoin. You damn near recovered already the whole amount. And I went through all this in the very beginning, so I ain't gonna do it again. But yeah, that's what I see happening right now with the market. It's just bearish. Unless you're trading against Bitcoin. So I'm looking for all Bitcoin pairs. And I think we've got it set up on XRP, and I think it was something else. I know XRP is in the video though for y'all. So
Hey, bro, where the YouTube video you said we could find this at? The YouTube link?
In the chat, in general chat.
All right.
If you scroll up, it should be up there.
All right.
So you said you wouldn't be able to cash out your money, and that's based upon the market value of the company, or
you talking about with like the TK and Ucoin? You talking about? No, because of the volume. There's not enough volume, meaning there's not enough liquidity in there for you to cash it out.
Thanks.
Yep, liquidity is very important. That's why I just don't mess with none of them coins. I don't never buy nothing that someone tells me initially to buy unless they can do like this for me and show me why it's going to go up and all that. You're not. I don't buy anything anyone tells me to buy anyways because I can do this. That's why I want y'all to learn how to do it. So you ain't got to listen to nobody or take anyone's advice. You just take your own advice.
So what level of liquidity are you usually looking for in these projects?
Let me see, 24-hour volume, maybe 50 million.
Okay.
Market cap. With us being in the billions now, with the market cap, maybe 100 million, maybe 200 million.
Okay.
Overall market cap. That's still minute. When you got Ethereum coming in at something billion, Bitcoin coming in at something. Is Bitcoin in the trillions? No, Bitcoin's in the billions. No, Bitcoin is in the trillions now, I think. Hold on.
It's the only one in the trillions.
Yeah, so that means everything else behind it is in the billions.
Yeah.
Let me see. Nah, the whole market cap is in the trillion. The whole market cap is 1.5 trillion. Bitcoin 613 billion, Ethereum 283 billion, Tether 62 billion, Binance is 52 billion, Cardano 48 billion, Dogecoin 41 billion. Wow, could have never guessed that one. And then you start getting down into the millions when you get to coin. Here we go. Number 81, which is basic attention token. Everything above that is in the billions. Everything above 80, coin number 81 is in the billions.
Okay.
These are some good projects too. Hashgraph, Thorchain, Synthetics.
Elrond is pretty good.
Yeah, Elrond, Pancake, Cosmos, Theta Fuel, Sama, Aave, Monero, Tron, EOS, Filecoin, VChain, Stellar, Theta, Polygon, Chainlink, Solana, Uniswap, Polkadot, Cardano, and Ethereum.
Real quick, if I could chime in with a question. So I'm overseas in Japan, and like a lot of these things tend to be happening a lot overseas. What's your take on some of the coins for like overseas coins and like trading overseas? Like, what's some of the obstacles involved that I have to navigate when it comes to that? And then what should I be like? Do you have these different wallets for like, there's different overseas like wallets and or I guess exchanges? If you could go into that a little bit.
Me not being overseas, I really wouldn't know. What I can say is that you got a lot more leeway than us in the U.S. with you being outside of the U.S. in my opinion, because it's usually the United States is blocked from accessing a lot of exchanges. You should really have access to a lot of stuff we don't have access to. Now, unless they got some type of ban where you're at, huh?
One more time, like for instance, like what would those be? Like the things that I would have access to that y'all wouldn't have access to?
I mean, the majority of cryptocurrency exchange markets. Really, the only cryptocurrency exchange market people can access in the U.S. is Binance US, Kraken, Bittrex, Gemini, and KuCoin. Other than that, damn near every single exchange market says you can't be a U.S. resident to access it.
I thought you can get on like what was that Opera or something like that, and then I think you showed you can get on another exchange.
But that's what using the VPN to change the fact that it makes it look like you don't live in the U.S. He's not in the U.S. So he don't have to use a VPN. That's what I'm saying. You're living where we're at. We got to use something to make it look like we live where you are, so we can access these exchanges. Like right now, you can go trade on Binance. We can't trade on Binance. Binance is the biggest exchange market in the world. There's not a cryptocurrency exchange market larger than Binance, and the United States residents can't access it. You can, so you got an advantage over everybody.
Let me do some more research and get back to you tomorrow, my G.
All right. With that being said, I'm gonna close this up. I'm gonna upload this video. I'm gonna try to have this video out tonight. If not, I'll have it out early in the AM. I hope y'all was able to take notes. You know what? I may be able to post it before. No, I'm not. I gotta upload it first. So yeah, let me go ahead and end this and try to upload it now, and I'll try to get it out as soon as possible. Okay.
To the
All right, man. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No doubt. Let me see what
Appreciate you.
Definitely, bro. Good
Blessings,
looking, man.
King. Much blessings.
Nah, no doubt. I appreciate everybody that was able to make it tonight.
Thank you, brother.
Yep.
Peace, dog.
Peace.
Check your IG request. I sent you one maybe a week and a half back.
What's your name on IG? Islam.
Global TOEIC coach.
Global
TOEIC
what?
coach. TOEIC. TOEIC coach.
Got you. Global TOEIC coach. All right, I'm about to go check you out right now and accept you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Peace, boss.
Good looking, bro.